Welcome back to What the Fodcast. My name is Steve from WTFAnimeINC. So, as you can see, the channel's now been fully rebranded to What the Fodcast. Ooh. Joining me, as always, is the Ladyducky, the insufferable ghost, and, of course, from epic Ray Komedy, Ray himself. Welcome back to the podcast. Welcome back. So, now, as a quick reminder, it is the start of Season 3. Ooh, fancy new cool stuff is going to be going down this whole time. It'll be awesome. Also, just for those who aren't aware, please like, subscribe, click the notification bell down there. Gotta remind you at the start, gotta remind you at the end. Please don't forget to do that. Also, just so you know, we have a Patreon. Woo, Patreon. And in case you really want to, you can also sit there and slip us a coffee over on Ko-Fi. So,
or give us money.
Yes. It takes a lot to do this, and it comes out of my pocket. So let's get money.
Please pay back.
No, I'm fine. Really, honestly. I'm not suffering or wanting, but can't say the same for my co-hosts.
Speak for yourself.
All right. So, today's topic is, of course, something, we're free flowing, but occasionally we sit there and we do have a fixed topic. And today's comes from Ray. And I think that's kind of fascinating because last time we had Ray on here, we had a very fluid discussion, but I think it wasn't exactly the totally right topic for him to discuss. So this time around, he came up with his own, and now I'm going to turn it over to Ray. So, ooh.
Cheers, and cheers. So, as far as I know, and Steve can probably correct me on this, I believe this is the 21st episode, correct?
Correct.
So what better way to celebrate being 21 than actually talk about our first drinks that we all had?
Okay.
That depends, Ray.
Yeah, really. I mean, let's define first drinks, because
what is a drink?
Yeah, because I also remember I grew up in Canada, which the legal drinking age up there is 16.
Let's go.
Or at least at the time that I grew up there, it was 16. So,
I mean, not
that's
only
for beer
that,
and wine. That's beer and wine. Hard liquor is.
Okay, so that's part of my question too. It's like, okay, what classifies? Because wine, questionable. Some people say yes. Some people say no.
No.
Alcohol.
Like hard liquor or beer?
You know what? Since let's start off with the soft stuff and we'll go into the hard stuff.
Okay.
I like this plan.
Okay. So my first beer was when my uncle sat there and handed me a beer when I was 6 and sat there and said, "Man up, drink this. It'll help you."
Some hearing in chest.
So, but no, my actual first beer was shortly after I sat there and turned the legal drinking age up there. And we went out to this pub that was kind of known for like, hey, we celebrate your first drink, yay. And like went up there and I got blasted. It was great. So I got blasted on 2 beers. So
2?
Damn.
Lightweight.
I weighed all of 98 pounds back then.
Lightweight.
I was a lightweight because I had no weight. I was a twig back in the day. Like, the man boobs didn't exist back then. These are a new edition.
The new DLC.
Moobs? He uttered moobs.
Yes. But like The thing is the clearest thing that I can remember though is over my time heading up to the time when I could sit there and have hard liquor is trying to find the right beer for me. And that is when I discerned that Pilsners, pale ales, all of that kind of stuff was right out for me. I wanted nothing to do with like Pilsners, pale ales. It was all the dark ales, Guinness, heavy drafts, things like that. That's all the stuff that I liked. Like, I'm not exactly a fan of anything like, I guess this is why I like Scotland so much, is because like in Scotland it's all like thick, heavy drinks, and I guess that's what I like. So, of course, I don't drink now, and I haven't drank for a couple of going on almost over a decade now. But like, that's what I remember is I just wound up hating like any kind of pale ales, any kind of things like that. So, and then when we reached the hard liquor department, boy, oh boy, do I got a story for you. All right, move on. Who's next?
I guess I'll go.
Go ahead,
That's
Ducky.
all right. For my actual first, I guess, beer, I thought it would be funny. I was like a kid, and my dad usually will have like a Budweiser, a bottle of Budweiser out there while he mows. And while he was mowing, I grabbed his bottle, and I did exactly what Steve did. I just chugged it. I drank half of his beer, and God, I was probably like, oh God, that was in the old house. No, I was probably 8 or 9. I chugged half of his beer, and the next thing you know, what happened to my beer? And yeah, that was I didn't get in trouble. They thought it was actually kind of funny and surprising that I would do something like that, but I think I was just going for, just a reaction. So yeah, that was my first beer.
Ducky
And
sitting
then I
over
never. Sorry, I was about to say like
you sitting over in the corner of your clubhouse coloring, going, butterflies in the sky, I can fly twice as high. Like,
I mean, honestly, I don't think I felt drunk at all. I just felt like it was kind of gross, and it was like, this doesn't taste good, but okay. Like I don't really recall getting all whooshy or anything. So I was just like, okay.
Drink the right amount then.
I guess I did.
It's rice beer. It said, by the way, I don't know if you guys noticed. Oh, I'll show you. No, actually, I'll show you. Here.
Uh-oh.
Whenever he does this, it always scares me.
Show and tell.
Okay.
He always has something to show.
It says it on the box. Now, don't ask how I got this. I would never purchase Budweiser. A customer gave it to me. Anyway, it says on there that it is made with rice.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's a rice beer. I've been joking about that for years now. And they just now started plastering that on the side of their box.
Is that a good thing?
No,
it's
rice bad. It's the worst thing.
Oh,
so
okay. I didn't know that.
What they do is they use rice in order to trim off on having to use so many hops.
Okay.
So
it's piss water.
It dilutes it. So since you're replacing since you're replacing a lot of hops with rice, you're sitting there and you're diluting the beer. I'm not bashing on Budweiser too much because it has been around for so long, and when they used to produce dark beers, they were very good. Yeah, they used to do very good dark beers. But it's always been their Pilsners and their pale ales where I've never liked them because they all taste like piss because they use rice in order to dilute the shit. So it tastes nasty as fuck, too.
Right. And I mean, here's the thing. I could down that entire case right now and not get drunk off of it.
Maybe you have a drinking problem.
No, it's just that diluted with water. It's that bad.
It's the urge, like, once you drink enough of them, it's like, okay, nothing. Okay, let's go buy some more. That's probably it.
That is my problem with Yingling, is my problem with Yingling is so many people are like, oh, I love Yingling, I love Yingling. Yingling, though, has the kind of like opposite problem where they're trying to trim down on their barley, and because they trim down so much on their barley, well, there goes a lot of the alcohol in it, so you can just down them, and like, you know,
it's at least it's flavorful, but they're starting to go that way as well, which is unfortunate because again, they used to be really, really tasty.
This is why I kind of sit there and say the American beer industry since Budweiser was taken over by private equity, that's the start of it all, and like that really was the start of it all, of watching it go downhill.
I mean,
and it's amazing.
Not to bring up the political purview of it, but look at the Bud Light fiasco a couple years back, and how that divulged into the October Biergarten Fest in Germany, actually barred Wayne Dent products from being distributed at that Oktoberfest because it was they didn't classify it as actual beer.
Well, and it should be noted that it's not even really political about what you're talking about, because it wasn't the advertisement or anything like that. It's itself actually that had zero impact on its sales. It was the actual,
not entirely true, but yeah,
it had impacts only in a very small sector of America, and 0.2% of sales were impacted.
Point is, again, not getting into that purview of it. I'm just making the point. But the fact that Oktoberfest barred Budweiser products.
It's the funny part. The funny part about that is that's because they finally at Oktoberfest started defining what beer is finally.
Yes,
and that's where I appreciate them defining what beer is, because that's the good part about it. Is it calls out the Wayne Dents, it calls out all the private equity firms, it calls out companies like Coors and shit like this for trimming off their product for so many fucking years that you've made it absolute dog shit. Meanwhile, there are really good American brands that are around. One of my personal favorites was Arrogant Bastard. I love Arrogant Bastard. If you've never had an Arrogant Bastard, it's very, very good.
Another good one that comes out of Louisiana, and I want it to come back down here. Salt Life, if you're watching this, bring it back down here in Florida. It's amazing. You're amazing.
They have a beer?
Can you stop hiding it from us?
Salt Life
is a beer that's distributed out of Louisiana. It's actually brewed in Louisiana.
Is it not available at Total Wine?
No.
Because I remember used to being able to see it over there at Total Wine. That's weird.
Not anymore. It used to be in Publix's.
The shipping must have been like an issue as well, just getting it distributed to everyone around.
Yeah, well, like I was surprised anytime I saw Arrogant Bastard over there in Florida, because that's a California brew.
Yeah.
Like that's a Cali brew.
Anyway, we're rabbiting here a little bit.
All right, your turn there.
Let's see. The first time, I believe I might have been 20, getting ready to go into 21, and I was with a bar with my friends. My buddy bought like just this. I want to say, wasn't a tanker? It was like a giant bowl, and they just stuck all the beers in there. And he said, like, have one. I said, like, I'm good, and it wasn't that I didn't want the drink. It's like I didn't want what they had. And he's like, just try it. Just let me know what you think. And we all did like a cheers. And I drank maybe a gulp, but I'm like, nope, I'm good. I'm done. Because it tasted bad. Like it tasted horribly bad. And he's like, what'd you think? I'm like, you can have all of that. Like, I'm good. And it wasn't until I got like a few years older that I discovered other drinks like tequila and rum and a whole bunch of other things.
That's when the good shit came in.
Yes.
Yeah, the hard liquor. Beer sucks. Hard liquor is in. Let's go. I'm sorry. I'd rather get drunk from liquor than beer, because beer, it takes a while. Liquor, it gets you there.
Beer is better, but liquor is quicker.
That's what we're here, man. I'm not there. I honestly, I don't like the taste of alcohol whatsoever. I just drink because I want to get drunk, so I always go with liquor.
Gene Wilder is no longer with us, right?
He is no longer with us.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Gene Wilder. Well, my first alcohol experience wasn't exactly traditional. It was with my parents. Actually, no, it's my grandparents. They were heavy wine connoisseurs. So they always had a not massive, but a very well-stocked wine bar with glasses hanging from the ceiling and everything. It was just very beautiful, well-decorated, corner of their house. That was never without wine, mind you. And I was 13 or 14 years old, and I stayed with them a lot. Like, my folks would send me to stay with them for a few weeks at a time, pretty frequently, and I loved it. I loved being around them. But that's just it. Is they were very heavy wine drinkers, as my whole family really was. But it got to a place where they basically had some friends of theirs over at one point, and it was one midsummer, and they asked if I wanted to partake and have a glass of wine with the roast that they had made. It's like, okay, I guess I'll be an adult for a little while. So I loved it. I absolutely fell in love with it because I grew up around the smell. I grew up around just the essence of it. So it just kind of landed on me right, I guess.
Okay.
But my first legal drink was, I was 21 on New Year's Day, 2014, 2013.
Okay.
Yeah. Bottle of Di Serono.
Same.
Fancy bottle of Di Serono. My parents had bought at like Costco or Sam's Club a fancy set of glasses that came with the bottle, and one of them was mine.
Nice.
Classy.
Well, if we're gonna get into the hard liquor discussion, mine's got way too much of a story associated with it, so I should probably go last.
Let's break it down. Let's break it down. We'll start with like individual ones, so we can either start with rum, tequila, and then just like go individually, or we can just combine all of them.
This would get very complicated for me.
Okay.
So
then we'll just combine all of them. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Because like if we were getting into the stories of hard liquor, then we're going down a interesting path of where my first one came from.
Okay, now
I can imagine quite an interesting story because from either one of these two, from Ducky or Steve.
Who wants to go first, Ducky?
Who wants to go first, Ducky? So
I was asking you who wanted to go first, you or me.
Let me read their minds. Ghost wants to go first. I'm just kidding. Raheem wanted to go first.
I'll go first. I'll go first.
Let's go, Raheem.
So, let's see here. My best one that has ever happened. This was the HHN rap party that they have every single year. So I'm with a buddy. This is on a bar place downtown on OBT, and buddy of mine, Charlie, he shows up. He's like, "Dude, I got something for you." I said, "What you got?" And he pulls out of his pocket, and out of his pocket's like a Snickers bar size Rice Krispie, but it has weed in it.
Oh, what? That's not liquor.
Hold on, it gets better.
Okay,
it gets better.
Okay.
There's a reason he's bringing it up. I can tell.
Yeah.
He
it
breaks
flows.
It off.
I've met. By the way, I know Charlie, so this does not surprise me.
He broke off
Charlie
about
the Unicorn, yay!
3/4 of it. He broke off 3/4 of it and gave the larger piece to me, and he had the smaller piece. We both
What?
ate it, and we waited, and we didn't feel anything. And he's like,
Mm-hmm.
dude, I got chipped. I was like, I don't know. It's like, you feel anything? I'm like, we don't. So we go inside, and it's around, I'm keeping track of my mind. It's because there's a point where I don't remember anything. I'm just told what happened. And we go in. I have, let's see, what is it? 2 Long Islands, let's see, 3 shots of Jack Daniels, and 1 rum and coke.
Was this your first time drinking, or is this just a drinking story?
This is my second time drinking.
Jesus. All right, continue. Loading up.
Drunk all that. At this point, it's teetering around, I think, probably midnight. The weed kicks in. And from what I've been told, from the time that until we ended, apparently what happened, me and Charlie got on the dance floor and we started dancing very badly, I might add. And let's see, that ended up happening. The group is with us the entire time, trying to make sure that we're not falling over or hitting somebody by accident. Somebody from our group also shows up, and this is an actual story because I remember this very vaguely. She's in between the two of us, and she says, I need you guys to do me a favor. And the pause was actually real. He said, and she points to a guy in the corner. She's like, I need you to do me a favor. That guy's trying to fuck me tonight. I don't want to, but I'm eager, but I want to though. And Charlie's looking off into space. I'm barely hearing what she's saying. And then I'm like, okay, I'm not looking at her. I'm just looking over, and I said, okay. And then we both look at her. She's gone with the dude in the corner. So we failed our job at that point.
Damn.
And walking over to another buddy of mine, Sean, Steve knows who this is. Sean's there, and when my buddy Sean, he drinks very sophisticated. Like, he has like the drink in his hand, and he just downing it down, full of ice, no matter what the drink is. Like, he's very sophisticated drinker. I remember coming up to him, and I'm bear hugging him from behind, and I'm like, dude, I love you so freaking much. You're good. He's like, buddy, you okay? I'm like, I'm awesome. Like, I'm just glad to see you. And I'm holding him. And he's like, you gonna let me go? I'm like, probably. And I'm expecting to let him go, and I'm not letting him go. And finally gets to the point I actually do let him go. Party's starting to wind up and end. And for all the people out there, do not drink and drive. This is my dumb decision, not yours. Don't do it. We're all leaving, and my castmates, they're all with me. They're like, okay, are you good? I'm like, I'm perfect. He's like, so you're going home? I am definitely going home. And he's like, you're driving, right? I'm like, yes. He's like, should you drive? Probably not, but I'm going to anyway. And my buddy Charlie is right next to me, and he's thrown up at least 3 times already. We stuff him in the car, his car, in the back seat, and we hide the keys underneath the floor because he's not going to find them. He's totally wasted. I get in my car, and I'm driving. Well, let me correct myself. I'm in the car, and I have my hands on the wheel. The car's not moving. And I'm trying to figure out, why isn't the car moving? I have not put the keys in the car yet to turn it on. I'm expecting the car to move.
Jesus, yeah, you're way too drunk.
Turned the car on, started going. As soon as I got on the road, 3 police cars immediately run past me because apparently there was something going on. I stop in the middle of the road, and I'm immediately freaking out because I'm thinking they're after me. Granted, I am drunk and I'm high at this time, and I'm thinking they're after me, and they are not. I promise you, I drove 35 miles an hour all the way home. The speed limit was 55.
You could have gotten pulled over for
that. Oh, yeah. I called a buddy of mine, and I said, dude, I'm very, very high right now, and I am possibly drunk. I was, but I didn't tell him that. He said, I need you to talk to me as I'm getting home. Talks with me the entire way there. Get home, and he says, like, water now, like a bunch of it. Drink all of it. Drink some water, and my first instinct, because I go in my room. It's like, okay, there's the bed. Just get to the bed.
Mm.
And I see my TV, and I'm like, video games first. Turn on my video games, and I play for an hour and a half. My buddy said, like, I thought you were drunk. I'm like, I am. He's like, you don't sound drunk. I'm like, that's because I'm playing video games. It's different. Play the video games, and I face plant into my bed. I wake up the next morning to the loudest sound. I don't know if it was because I was hungover or because the sound was loud. I don't know what it was. All I know is that my head hurt incredibly bad. And that was it.
And this is why you shouldn't drink, kids. Because
Yeah.
you'll have a horrible experience just like that.
Yeah.
Metal as fuck.
That was the worst experience. That was the worst experience right there.
Oh, fuck.
So if I do have kids one day, I'll tell them that story. I'm like, don't do what I did. Actually, don't even drink at all. Just because I could have gone to jail.
That's just gonna make him drink. You know that, right?
more than likely,
I
yes.
Really? I don't know. I'd
Yes.
be like, ooh.
Because I could have been.
This is
Parents make sneaky kids.
This is how come whenever my kids asked me and like, "Hey, Dad, can I have a smoke?" I would hand them a cigarette and be like, "Here, have fun." And then they'd take 2 puffs and go, "Yep, don't want to do that again." And I'm like, "Yeah,
Yep.
refined lungs."
Because so many things could have gone wrong that night. I could have gotten
Oh, yeah.
pulled over, DUI. I'm already high, so I'm going to be in jail for at least a month because I'm high as well. I tried to drive,
DWB.
which means my license would have suspended as well.
You could have fucked your whole life
Yep.
up.
Yeah.
DWB as well.
To be fair, I've done similar things, but it was partly how I wound up with Ducky.
Reported.
Yeah, I remember our friend Will Dimensions graduated college, and I was hang out at a hotel with his family afterwards for the after party, and he asked me who all was still around from when we went to college together. He had a lapse in curriculum, so he took a hiatus from school, which is why I graduated earlier than him. Long story longer, right? So I told him, yeah, let me look online. Opened up Snapchat and Instagram, and I'm going through. Yeah, everyone's out of country. It's gonna be kind of hard to see if anyone's on. I saw Ducky was live on Snapchat,
Playing Red Dead Redemption and getting drunk.
That's what she was doing. Hi guys, I'm getting drunk and playing video games. Bottle in hand and everything, boys. And I'm like, I'm like, Will, you remember Amber, right? And he goes, oh my God, is she still in Florida? I'm like, yeah. And looking at her live location, she's in Oviedo. It's like, where's that at? And that's just it. He's like, call her. He takes my phone, calls her, and we both call. And they're like, come hang out with us. Wilton just graduated. And she's like, I can't, I'm drunk. I'm like, so are we. We'll come get you. So we flew 120 miles an hour up 417 to go pick her up. Picked her up, and she met us outside, and it was great, and it was hysterical. And then on the way back, it was, again, we left around like 11 p.m. at this point. His family's like trying to, throw the party and hang out and stuff. They're just waiting on us now at this point. So we pick her up, go do again another 120 back down to the Kissimmee area, where this hotel they were staying at was. It was a great time. His uncle actually made me do but by the time like 4 a.m. rolled around, his uncle did the whole drunk test with me if I was able to drive Amber back home. Yeah, exactly. He made me do a whole bunch of shit. I passed because
I don't know how.
I wasn't a lightweight. I was a pretty heavy drinker at the time.
Oh man.
So
you made it.
Yeah. I made it.
Dude, we were
and
so drunk. We all got in the hot tub was closed.
Oh,
at the hotel.
Yeah. They closed. This was during the pandemic, so they closed off the hotel jacuzzi and pool at sunset. What the fuck?
Cast.
Anyway, yeah. So our drunk brains thought, oh, warm water. There must be since this is a suite, there must be a gigantic bathtub. So we put on our swimsuits, and all three of us hopped into the bathtub.
It was not a big bathtub. Jesus.
It was not a big bathtub.
But it was fun. We were just chilling in the bathtub, talking about the past at school at Full Sail, and just drinking, man. It was fucking fantastic.
And his mom was so concerned, and it was hysterical.
Oh, I thought she was pissed.
No, she was
taking a bath.
Anyway.
Steve, your turn.
Yeah, no, that was no, for me, hard liquor wise, no, I drank in my I wanted to call it my little apartment, but it was when I moved here to the state of Florida with my family, they didn't have a room for me, so they purchased a shed, and then I just kind of retrofitted it into my own little flat. So once I'd had small jobs and things like that and was making money, I just kind of sat up there and drank alone for copious amounts of time. So
at least they knew you were.
Yeah, I don't remember my real first hard liquor experience much.
All right, well, I guess since I was called for next here, I'll sit here and say I've led an interesting life. I've done interesting things and dated interesting people. And so the way I can preface my story is to sit here and give you a small sample of where I was at. So, and the only way that I can sit there, and the only way I can really think of to do that is by sitting here and going, hey guys, up next to the stage is Blair. Give a hand for Blair. So, I am, at the time, I am dating a stripper. I met her outside of the club, didn't meet her inside the club.
Dream.
Why actually not surprise me.
I met her at Publix.
Wait,
what?
I met her at Publix, and we got to talking about Pop-Tarts. This is how we met.
You know what? That's a good way to start out. It's a good way to start out.
So, like,
that's hysterical.
And it's not like she immediately sat there and was like, no, it took her a couple of weeks to tell me what, it took her a couple of weeks to actually tell me what she did for a living, because I was like, you always mention that you have to go to work and whatnot. Where are you working? And she's like, don't worry about it, you know? Or she'd be like, I'm in entertainment. And I go, well, I'm working at Disney. I'm in entertainment too. Where are you at? And she's like, yeah, it's not the same fucking thing. I knew that.
Sweetheart. Oh, okay, sweetheart.
Wait, where was this place?
You get a weekly check, sir. She get paid.
No.
Was it Twin Peaks?
No, it wasn't Twin Peaks. A legitimate stripper. So she actually sat there, and she was over at the Unicorn down over off of Davos. So like out there in the Four Corner area.
Gotcha.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
So, I think it's called something else now. So I'm not sure. You can if you're driving down Colonial and you keep going down to the point where you're starting to go past Kissimmee and whatnot, as you're heading down there, if you drive by a strip club that's got like just absolutely fucking covered in neon lights, that's it.
Funny enough, I actually know where that's at.
Yes. So, anyways, so I finally sit there and I go up there and she's like, yeah, don't worry about paying cover. They already know you're my boyfriend and whatnot. So I'm like, oh, okay. So like I get up there and I'm like chilling out and she's introducing me to her coworkers, friends. I don't really know. Like
buddies. We'll call buddies.
It's yeah. Bosom buddies. Anyways. So and so she's like introducing me to all these people. And then she's like, the bartender's going to take really good care of you. I went, okay. So like I sit there and I meet the bartender and she sits there and she goes, hi, my name is Diamond. And I'm like, hi, Diamond. And she leans over and she's like, that's not my real name. My real name is Stephanie. Hi, nice to meet you. And I'm like, hi. Okay. All right. Hi, nice to meet you. And she's like, what can I get for you? And I was like, water, like soda. Like I don't really want to like drink in here. And she's like, you'll look out of place if you're not drinking. And I'm like, I don't know what to fucking drink. I'm in a strip club for the first time. And my girlfriend's up there getting naked on stage right now while dudes are handing her fucking bills that I've never seen in my life. Like, I've never seen a $50 bill and he's going,
okay, so he has to be at least 22.
So, 21.
Oh, that was close.
Okay.
So, you know, like, I'm like, oh my God. Okay, whatever. So, yeah, we're doing this. And so finally, like, she goes, okay, here. And so she made me a drink. And I sat there, and one of the things I told her was, I don't want to be able to taste the alcohol. Like, I just want to enjoy the drink for a drink. And as long as is good tasting, I'll be fine. So she hands me the drink and I go, ooh, I'm like, that tastes like a Sour Patch Kids. I like this.
I think I know the drink.
The drink was a Washington apple. So, and it tastes like a sour apple Sour Patch Kid. And I really liked it. And so I sat there and I ordered like 4 more from her. Now, I was not aware that not only does this thing contain like schnapps and rum in it, but also that the actual sour apple pucker is also alcoholic. So by number 4, I'm like, woo. And the world is starting to go, and I'm like, whoa, this is an interesting feeling. And so, I go and sit on the couches and whatnot. And like, I'm sitting there chilling and I'm like still being perfectly nice and still saying hi to people and whatnot. So finally the girlfriend sits there. She comes over and she sits next to me and she's like, yeah, I heard Steph got you pretty fucking drunk. And I went, what? And she goes, yeah, I heard she got you drunk. Huh?
What?
I'm gone. I am fucking gone. Never in your life would you ever sit there and put the picture in your head of the club is now closed. The bouncers are sitting there and making sure the parking lot's free of the guests and that they're all gone and whatnot. And never in your life would you imagine that somebody's being carried out by the fucking stripper to her car so they could go home. Yes, it wasn't me carrying her. It's her carrying me while I'm like, oh. Yeah. We had to go get my car back from there in the morning. That was fun. So,
it was like a fun time. Yeah.
I've never had a hangover in my life, but like I would not have been very surprised by that.
Grateful for that.
Now, shortly after that was when we had the epic drinking party at my place of where we did the Clue movie drinking game.
Ooh.
And we invented a drinking game for Clue. It was very fun. It was very engaging. But the problem with the Clue drinking game is that It's based on character, so you pick the character that you're going to follow. Well, we all kind of came up with the rules collaboratively, but that was probably a mistake because of the rules that were associated with Colonel Mustard. And when we sat there and drew names out of a literal bucket, I drew Colonel Mustard. And I was like, oh, well, this shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, next thing I know, I'm laying sideways in the hallway, looking up at the ceiling going,
Steve, you good, buddy?
Yeah, my buddy Jeremiah passed by me and was literally like, you good, man? And I went, I don't fucking know. I can't fucking feel shit right now. And he goes, all right, you just gonna lay here in the hall? And I went, yep. And he went,
Yep.
Am I in the
okay.
hall?
I was like, you gonna be all right? Yep. And then next thing I know, I woke up a few hours later and I'm like, why the fuck am I in the hallway? And then I suddenly realized throughout the night, I was like, oh, fuck me. Needless to say, we never played the Clue drinking game again after that. Ever again after that. And then that basically called it quits on that. I was just like, yeah, no. So, but, you know, yeah. So my very first experience with hard liquor ever was in a strip club with somebody that I was dating, and the bartender like got me way too drunk. So I think she did it on purpose though, just to kind of like see what I would do. A lot of the girls were sizing me up that night going, are you good enough? Blah, blah, blah. You know, but, yeah, there was a lot of moments like that. Also a lot of weird moments too.
At least you didn't black out.
No, I've never blacked out, never suffered a hangover. So my first time getting high was also when I found out that I was allergic to marijuana, so that was not fun. So, because one of my one of the people I was with, we were sitting there and we were having a good time, and then she was like, "Hey, you want to get high?" And I was like, "Fuck it, I'm in California. It's legal here. Yeah, sure, I'll finally do it because it's legal here." And she went, "Bet." And she handed me a piece of candy. She handed me a piece of candy that had a 300 mil strength. And I went,
300 mils?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty common out there, actually. I found that out later. But yeah, I sat there and was like, ooh. And when I found out that I was allergic to it was when I started sitting there and going into like the peak precipice of like where people like to live in that high. That's when it struck me and I was like, I am going puffy. And like, it wasn't like I think I'm going puffy. Like my friends were looking at me going, you're going puffy right now. And I went, uh-oh. And so like we got me down to the hospital and like, sure enough, yep, totally allergic to THC. So
Jesus.
Yep. So
Time to be alive.
Yeah, luckily, again, like this is the best part about doing it. Where in some place where it was legal, though, is because there wasn't like suddenly a cop appearing out of nowhere in the fucking middle of the hospital going, "Where'd you get the marijuana from?" and blah blah blah. Like,
oh shit,
you know, they had like contingencies and shit like that for when this kind of crap happened. So, but like, yeah, it was different. But that's how I found out that I was allergic there from that. But yeah, my last drink ever, before I stopped drinking, period. I remember very much so, that it was a whiskey sour punch, and it was a double. It wasn't that bad, but the nice part about it is that the whiskey was aged 120.
Ooh.
It is also It is also the second single most expensive drink that I have ever purchased, because I knew it was going to be my last one, and so I spent a good amount of money on it. Like that drink alone, I think cost me $200 some odd. So, yeah.
Damn.
Man.
Yeah, let me tell you this. When you get whiskey that's that refined and everything like that, and you got it going into a mixed drink, like, they're taking good care of you with that drink. It was good. So, and it hit all the right spots, and then when I put down the glass, I was like, that's it. That's the last one.
It's done.
Yep.
Fair.
So, now, that was also the same night, though, where I sat there and I as I was walking out of the place, because I had it in a cigar bar, I looked over at a box of Don Domingos, and I went, why not? I'll buy a box of Cuban cigars. How much could it be? This is also what I found out the policy of is most cigar bars, if they take it out of the humidor, you're buying it. So I didn't have a choice when they handed me the box and said, you're buying this. And I went, okay, I'm buying
I
it.
didn't know that.
And $2,300 later.
Jesus.
They don't play about those cigars.
Yeah, just so you know, when they take the cigars out of the humidor, that's it. You're buying the box. You don't get a choice.
No.
Like, that's game over.
Admittedly, I think the last time I went to a cigar bar with some friends of mine, I think I unintentionally stole a couple of cigars. They had a tasting, like from different vendors from across the country, and I had been given a couple samples that I was supposed to pay for, so I just shirt pocketed them, getting ready to check them out, and I was pretty good and drunk with said friends, and because my friend's son is still in the Marine Corps, was on leave, so he was there with us, so we're having a great time, we're getting smashed, and that's just it. Is I had paid for a handful that I already, had, and smoked a couple of them, and, whatever drinks I had. And I was getting ready to ring out, and then they're all like, well, okay, where did my friends go? Like where did your parents go? And Mikey is the kid's name. He's like, I don't know. Are we supposed to, are they outside? I'm like, well, you go check. He's like, okay, I'll go check. I went outside to go check. What the hell is going on? What are our neighbors doing, Ducky?
I don't know. Continue with the story.
Sorry, it's obnoxious. There's a lot of noise. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, so I stepped outside to find, where I find out where the hell Rob and his wife and the rest of them went. And sure enough, they're all out on the side, but I didn't see them because I went out the front door. I'm like, yeah, weird. Okay. Step back inside, went back to the table we had been sitting at that point, and Mikey's calling to me from the other side of the room towards like the back door that goes out to the side. Like, they're out here. It's like, oh, okay, go over there. And then we just basically took off not long after that, after I had paid for another drink. So we go back to their place to hang out more, and I realize, oh, fuck, I've still got these 2 cigars in my pocket.
Oh, look what happened by accident.
Yeah.
So.
And then you smoked them.
No, I still have.
So next time I'm down there, I know a good cigar bar. I'll have to take you and Keith too and whatnot. So.
Where's it at? I wonder if it's the same one.
It's down in Kissimmee.
Oh, it's in Kissimmee. Okay. Yeah. I got one in Stanford you'll like.
So, is it
It's Ducky's turn, yeah.
No, hang on. It's not the one down by Century, is it?
The one on the waterfront?
Yeah. Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah, I like them. They're really nice. They're really
is
nice.
the is the blonde girl still working there?
Yes.
Okay, we'll have to be a little careful when we go back in then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I fixed up one of Rob's sons up with one of the waitresses there too, because she was like really smart on him, and he was like completely oblivious to it. And we're all giving him shit like,
yeah, the
dude,
blonde,
you know she's hitting on you, right?
Yeah, the blonde.
He's just a kid. He has no idea. So you're saying
the blonde was flirting with me really bad, and I didn't realize it until I was about halfway home, and I went,
"Oh no!
Oh fuck! Now I can't go back there because now it'll be awkward."
Oh no! Yeah,
she probably doesn't even remember me. Anyways, go ahead, Ducky. Lay on us.
All right, so sorry. Well, the first time I've ever had like a taste of hard liquor was I was in the military, and we were over at a friend's house, and he had Disaronno, same as you, Ghost. That was my first time, tasting it. I was like, oh, okay, this is fine. I didn't drink until like 6 years later, until I was like actually like 25. And I do have a lot of interesting stories. I'll just say like maybe a couple, probably a couple best ones, because it did involve the police. It was all this shit was happening at my apartment. Like every weekend or whatever, I'd get really drunk, and I'd have an ex-boyfriend come over, and we'd both get really drunk, and we would just cause a lot of chaos. Yeah, there was the time where we were really drunk, like stupid drunk. And I usually get really loud when I'm drunk, especially when we're playing Mario Kart. So I'm sitting there, we're playing Mario Kart, and I'm screaming like, why did you beat me? And we're just getting at each other. We're just having fun. And somebody called the police, and the police showed up at our door. And at this time, like after we, finished playing Mario Kart and whatever, I know my ex-boyfriend was taking a shower, and the police come, and he puts a towel on, he answers the door, and they're like, what's going on in here? We hear somebody cursing and stuff. And they were thinking he was attacking me or something, and I was like, no, we were literally playing Mario Kart and we're just yelling. But my ex-boyfriend was, I guess he doesn't have a thing for cops, and he was being very combative to the cops. And I was like, bro, stop. Like, they just told us, like, if we just be quiet, like, they'll go away. Like, it's cool. Like, just go to bed. But no, he didn't like that. So, he was being very,
belligerent.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And he ended up, getting arrested, and he got arrested naked. So they're like trying to hold him down while he's like butt ass naked on my floor, and I'm just like,
he's slippery. He's slippery.
Yeah, I was just. Relax. It was, oh my god! I was like, oh, please don't arrest him! Like, please, I'm sorry. Like, and they're like, no, we got to. We've told him multiple times, and he wouldn't stop. So they arrested his ass, and I went to bed. So I mean, I was too drunk. I didn't. He never called me anyway. Apparently, so drunk, he was getting my number wrong. So, yeah, that was an interesting story. And then the time, same ex-boyfriend, we were pretty drunk, but we were playing Pokemon Go. And I remember we were battling at the gym, and we took over the gym, and I'm like, hell yeah. And literally maybe 20 seconds after we beat the gym, I turn around, I look at the app, and it was immediately taken over. Like somebody at like 2 a.m. was sitting there taking over the gym, and I shouted out really loud, fuck you, not like I was going to attack them or something, just fuck you, Police officers were sitting there, and they heard me say that. And I'm like, God damn it. So they drove up to me, and they're like, why are you screaming, John? I'm like, oh shit, dude. No, we were just playing Pokemon Go. And I just wanted to yell that because I know, and they're like, well, you shouldn't be behaving like that. And I got my ass chewed out. They caught my Pikachu. No, they chewed me out. Thankfully, I didn't get arrested, but I was like, yeah, I'm never gonna shout profanities out loud like that. Because I mean, I don't know. I was just having a good time, you know. I wasn't like literally mad. I was just like, oh, fuck you.
They had DC on her, yeah.
Oh God. So, God. I know there's more stories. I mean, I think I'll just share those. I think I'm good.
I mean,
Liquor is fun though.
the thing is like,
can be.
It can be fun. It can be fun until you.
It can be as
Ducky
long.
has one on me.
Oh God! Is it the one where? Oh, can I? Okay.
No,
Ah! I didn't
me,
know if I
me,
should.
Let me humbly.
Please let me share it.
No, let me be humble and say this. No. So when we were dating, I would basically spend weekends with her, and that's just it. Is one fault weekend, we got smashed on a Friday evening, with just straight up vodka.
You're not telling the story, right, but continue.
I'm not telling the story, right? Okay, well.
We had a competition. I said, let's see who can drink more.
Oh.
And you were like, oh,
he's always start off well.
So I was like, okay, sure. So we're just taking shots of vodka. And I know we were outside and we were looking at the ducks earlier. And then we came back in, continued with the shots. And what were we on the third or fourth shot? And poor Cam was just sitting on the toilet, just throwing up on himself. I'm sorry. You're just, you know what? You continue it. You
already told it. There's no point.
Sorry, I thought, and then I'm sitting there like, well, I thought you could hold your liquor better, but just throwing up on himself. I was like, all right, well, I guess I won. So I wanted to
tell it, but no, you had to tell it.
Well, you didn't say it was a competition, which it was, and I won.
Was getting to that, wasn't I?
Oh, okay. That was great.
All right. I will tell this.
Hi, my name is Ghost. I'm an alcoholic.
Well, wouldn't I be more the alcoholic? I
won. Okay, that one was bad. I won't do that anymore. Okay.
Got him.
I will tell this last one that I have. This is the most drinks I've ever had. And I remember everything because the amount that I drank this time was more than I drank during the party. So, Steve, do you remember Noah?
Yep.
Yeah, this was with Noah, and I just don't drink with Noah because you can't have.
Oh, I already knew that.
Yeah, nobody warned me about this. So I was leaving work, and this was after like a day after a breakup. I just got broken up with my girl, and I was feeling really bad, and I was actually just gonna go straight home and leave. And Noah texted me. He's like, "You want to go drink?" I'm like, "Sure, why not?" Go to the local area. It's like literally a mile away from where we were. And I didn't tell him what I was feeling at the point because I was feeling really depressed. And he said, like, okay, the first first three things you get, they're on me. Because he apparently must have got paid on something. I don't know what it was. And all I remember, I was like, okay, I will take a Long Island. The place in question, Steve, you know that bar place that's near in that cold area where the LA Fitness is? I'm blanking on the name. I
don't know.
But
it's been so long.
They make all of their drinks very, very strong there. It's like they don't go by basic professional. They just dump it in there. Just that's what you get. The Long Island I got was a lot stronger than anything I had gotten before. But I didn't want to feel my feelings, so I drank 1, 2, 3, about 6 of those, and I drank. Let's see, it was I drank 1 shot of Jack Daniels, and then the rest of those were just things I do not remember, and it was really, really bad. And the thing was, I should have felt depressed. I felt extremely happy. And it got to a point, Noah had drank more than me, but he was more concerned for me because I was acting very happy. When I came over there, very upset.
Yeah.
And Steve, remember Remy? He took my phone, text Remy, and told Remy to come pick me up. Remy gets there.
There's something strangely and oddly satisfying that the first person they thought of was to call the British guy to come get you.
Yeah. Remy shows up, and the first thing Noah stops him at the door and says, like, take his keys. Like, now, take his keys. And Remy comes over, and my keys are on the table, and he just slides them away from me. I don't even see this. He just slides them away and pockets them. And I'm like, where the heck are my keys? And he's like, I'm gonna take you home, buddy. I was like, in my car? He's like, no, I'm gonna drive my car. But your car's not here. He's like, my car is here. I'm like, then how'd you get here? In my car. So why don't we just drive my car? I'm arguing with him back this whole time about why I need to go in his car when we can just take my car. And he's like, well, you're just gonna take my car. And he literally picks me up by my shirt and takes me to his car.
Damn.
And
it should also be noted, Remy's really fucking tall.
Remy's like 6'2".
Oh shit.
And
okay. Big boy.
He didn't necessarily throw me in the car, but he kind of just like, here, stay there, and put the seatbelt on me. And let's see, the drive from the bar to where I was staying at was about 25 minutes. I passed out 5 times.
Jeez.
Passed out like 5 times. And within those 4 times that it happened, I asked Remy, like, where are we? And it's like, we're on the way there. And finally got to a point where we got to the place where I was living. Again, picks me by the car, by my shirt, and is basically walking me up the stairs like a matronette, basically. This is when I was living with Josh. And Josh is there, and they're both carrying me up the stairs. And they just dropped me on the bed. Like, not let me face first on, they just dropped me on the bed. And Remy just, like, he throws my keys on his pillow. He's not mad at me. He's just like, dude, come on. It's like, I get you're depressed, but come on.
Yeah.
Wake up the next morning. Go get my, Noah comes back and gets me my car. And I'm like, okay, no more drinking. No more drinking after that. And after that point, I toned it down completely. No more. If anything, I probably just had maybe a half a glass at that point, but I never drank again after that. I stopped drinking for like 6 months after that.
Yeah.
Well, I'll never forget I'll never forget the time that you came over to my place, and then I made you and Dave drinks. And that's
don't do that one again. Don't do that one again. That was
well, that's when you found out I actually know how to make a drink, even though I don't drink myself. And you're like, oh, how strong could it be? So it was also the fact that you were like, this is really good. Can I get another one? I warned you. You were like, oh, it tastes really good. I'm fine. I warned you that it was strong. You asked for another one though.
It wasn't stronger than Josh's literally 120 proof moonshine that he told us to try and dare us to drink.
Yeah, no, we're not gonna tiptoe the path of moonshine.
He's like, this is 120 proof. Just try this, and it wasn't even a shot. It's probably a half of a shot.
Because it's gasoline, basically.
Yeah, I drank that. I'm like, that is ew.
Yeah.
Well,
dead now.
Well, I think we've reached that natural conclusion point as always. I do want to thank everyone for coming and sticking by, and of course, subscribing to the channel and everything like that. It's greatly appreciated. We greatly enjoy having you here. If you liked the video, go ahead and sit there and hit the subscribe button, check the notification bell, and of course, you know, continue to hit the like button for us. If you like even more of our content, you can come and join us over on our Patreon, which is, of course, always appreciated. It helps pay for all this because it takes a lot of software and stuff like that to do this. So, and that's always greatly appreciated. Basically, though, from myself and, of course, Ladyducky, Ghost, and Epic Ray, I greatly appreciate you guys coming here. Ray, I heard you actually now have a new podcast yourself. You want to give some details on that for the people here to hear?
Oh, right. So I am. I just uploaded episode 1 of that podcast. It's called the Hard Canon Podcast. So the things that we talk about, we pick certain characters from history or from cinema, and we discuss their absolute canon moments in their lives. These are essentially the points where they are in comics or in movies where if this certain event does not happen in their life, that universe does not come into play. So to break it simply down, with Batman, Batman's parents have to die. If they don't, he does not become Batman. In Spider-Man, if Uncle Ben does not die, he does not become and evolve into Spider-Man. So certain things like that. Superman being sent away from Krypton. If he doesn't, he does become Superman. So it's those critical points that you find them, and if it doesn't happen, they don't exist, or that universe in time will not, it'll essentially collapse upon itself.
Interesting.
So I just uploaded the very first episode. We're discussing Harry Potter in that one. We have a couple more episodes coming up. I have one that we just recorded for Kratos, and then we'll be recording, I believe, another one for Altair from Assassin's Creed as well. So a few more episodes to go.
You know what? At least it's not Ezio, so I'll give you that.
Hey, we're not dissing Ezio here.
Sorry, already have. Still the worst character in the games for me.
Oh, those are fighting words. Those are fighting words.
So, anyways, we greatly appreciate you coming along for the journey, for the ride, of course. Welcome to Season 3. We hope you enjoy the changes. We hope you stick around. And, of course, we will catch you on the next episode. Have a great one, and bye.